Last 24 hours, the news that has shaken that community is that of a man we were reading from this morning who we believe was attacked, beaten, and then, according to some reports, then set alight by a mob. Not clear who was part of that mob at this stage, but a group of young people calling themselves the Ikemeleng Foundation are calling on Diepsloot residents to find peaceful and lasting solutions to the ongoing violence in that community. The organization says it aims to foster social cohesion between locals and foreign nationals. For more on this, we're joined by Ikemeleng Foundation chairperson and fundraising head, Percy Malepe, and the organization's head of operations, Khomotso Mohale. My thanks to you both and welcome to the program. If I can begin with you, Percy, as someone who knows Diepsloot well, would you say that the developments of this week have been long coming?
Good evening and thanks for having us, and I hope everyone is having a good time and a great time. Yes, of course, as someone who's been living in Diepsloot for a longer time, we've always expected such developments to unfold.
And why is that? What would you say are the things you noticed in the community that you ultimately thought would one day lead to a violent confrontation?
The issue that we, as the community, we're experiencing a lot is the issue of unemployment, and for us to experience so much crime on a daily basis because of people are unemployed there, particularly the youth. So we have instances whereby these foreign nationals themselves, they are fighting themselves. For instance, in our foundation 2 weeks ago, we had an incident whereby a wife was fighting with their husband in the house, and they are both foreign nationals. When you asked why were they fighting, they told us that the wife told us that the man was not working, then she needed someone who's working because they've been suffering from hunger for a longer time.
So, Khomotso, let me bring you into the conversation. Percy was just talking to us about the issue of domestic violence. It emerges as a thread here. You've also got the issue of the other socioeconomic problems of unemployment, poverty, and hunger. What is your foundation able to do to help in these situations? Khomotso?
Okay, good evening. Good evening to everyone. I'd like to take this one. Okay, so Ikemeleng Foundation also provides service of social cohesion, because we realize that in our community there's a lot of inequality that's going on. So when South Africans are in the wrong, we never talk about it. I mean, like, South Africans also have crimes. Some of them do have crimes, and only when foreign nationals are found, that's the only time that we talk about it and we raise it, because this is our own country. So there's a lot of inequality, and also in our foundation, we give out vegetable parcels. We get them from Social Development, which is a government entity, and we realize that they only cater for people who have IDs. So if you have a passport, I mean, a passport is a right document, legal documentation, but they still don't consider you. So only when we're receiving food parcels from other entities, that's when we can allocate to people who have documents. And some of them don't have documents, but we don't close them out, because when you are hungry, your mind always thinks about doing wrong things, because you think that the government has forgotten about you.
But the South Africans, Khomotso, are saying that their issue is that they've seen migrants, documented or undocumented, as being the perpetrators of the largest amount of crime in an area such as Diepsloot. Are you saying that's not true?
I am not saying it's not true. I mean that it is true, but we should always go back to the stats. The Minister of Home Affairs and the police, they all have the stats to say who's wrong, who's right. But the minister only came in yesterday, Thembekile, and I mean the stats are there in the police station, right? So they have the database, but they're only coming when the problem is now public. So why don't they just follow up the statistics and see that there is a problem in Diepsloot, and maybe it's due to a lack of police. So why don't they hire people and then get the right patrol around, so that we can...
And just to add on that, Thembekile, there's nothing wrong with these people being around here. The question would be, where did these people pass? Where are they coming from, and how did they enter into South Africa? The problem is within the system. If they can start by fixing the system first themselves, then we won't be experiencing such problems. Yesterday, Minister Thembekile visited Diepsloot late in the afternoon. Just after when he left, a person was burned and was burned to death in the late hours of the evening. You'd ask yourself, what is it that the minister came here to address? Were there not enough police to be deployed to check the situation around the night, so that until the situation was calm? Were they not enough law enforcement to go around and check if people are in their houses, if people are safe? Those are the questions that we really ask ourselves as the citizens.
I do have, and Percy, as we sit here tonight, we are looking at a police operation, police officers and Home Affairs officials checking ID, checking passports, and then people also being taken into the police station. Do you have confidence that the police or government response over the last few days is the right step in making sure that calm, peace returns to Diepsloot?
No, I'm not confident about what is happening right now, and I'm not happy with how these government officials are working, because they waited for violence to occur so that they can take action. This was supposed to be done a long time ago. What they are doing right now, that they are promoting more and more violence. The more they take these people with vans, the more we experience violence amongst the community. And I'm telling you now, this is not going to stop until they come up with better strategies to solve this, because they can't wait for a person to die, then they come and respond to such issues.
Mm. And Khomotso, the other issue with Diepsloot is there is a high level of poverty, a high level of unemployment, and until some of the socioeconomic issues as well are addressed, the calm, the peace in Diepsloot is likely to always be quite temporary, no?
Yes, that's very true, because we are experiencing a lot of domestic violence that is due to poverty with foreign nationals and with our South African citizens. And what's going on right now is just I just call out to the Home Affairs officials to come, because to come and address the nation, like the community, and explain to them what are the procedures or processes to follow if you don't have the right documentation, instead of the violence. That's what they were supposed to do in the beginning, because we actually dealing with social workers, which we approached, and we told them that we have kids that are not going to school because of they don't have documentation, and they told us that the fear of the foreign nationals to go to Home Affairs and do their IDs is because they are afraid of the violence and deportation that happens and how it happens. Because I think if they were to come out and then explain how they can do it without violence, I think that would solve a lot of problems. Right now, I think foreign nationals are going outside of Diepsloot, and what happens when the police go back to their working stations? They're going to come back and the issue is not going to be resolved. So I think the police also needs to be to hire more workmen.
Mm-hmm. And Percy, how would you characterize the relationship in Diepsloot between foreign nationals and South Africans outside of moments such as what we're dealing with this week?
I would say the relationship, of course, people will be different. I'm going to talk about the ones that we are helping since from 2020. They've been good people. You know, you see, these people are really in need. They're in dire need. Most of them are suffering and all that. There are those at times they'll bring that kind of unwelcome attitude. But these things, you know, they're out of our hands. There's nothing we can do about them. We can't solve violence with violence. But yeah, most of them that I'm exposed to and with the young people that I'm working with, I can say up to so far, no one gave us a problem as community activists.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for that. My thanks to you both. That was Percy Malepe and Khomotso Mohale. They are with an organization that's doing work in Diepsloot. They're trying to really bring together the locals and foreign nationals who are living in the community.